Not an ideal start for the Champions Trophy. What went wrong today?
I think we let them get a few too many at the beginning of the game. I think we let them get a few too many. We had them in a decent position, but we didn't get any early wickets, unfortunately. I think they played really well. A combination of perhaps not being on it with the ball as much as we would like to have been. But I also think that they played really well. I think Rickleton's in really good form, and Bavuma played nicely as well. They set the game up. And perhaps got a few too many on that wicket. I think we should have limited them a little bit more if we'd bowled a bit better, that's all. And then chasing, we obviously didn't have a good start. And to chase down a total like that, you sort of need a good solid platform. I think there were 104 after 20, but they were one down. We'd lost quite a few more wickets at that point, so to set up and chase and sort of give you the platform to chase that. So from start to finish, we need to be better.
Of course, a lot of support for Afghanistan fans here, and in the non-Pakistan match, so how players were enjoying this atmosphere, and also two coming games against Australia and England in Lahore, and of course Afghanistan known to produce some good results on the spin wickets in Asia. So looking forward for those two matches after this early setback. Thank you.
Yeah, obviously support is great. I think the guys enjoy support wherever they go, certainly in the UAE or here. So hopefully we'll get more of that in Lahore, and it'll spur the guys on. And yeah, I think obviously it's pretty clear what we need to do now. We know we didn't play well enough today. We know we've got to pull our socks up and play a lot better against England on the 26th and against Australia on the 28th.
Trott, between over number 11 to 40, Afghanistan used to build their inning quite well, but today they just scored 161 runs and lost 6 wickets. So don't you really think that Afghanistan needs some stability in the middle over like which they do in the World Cup 2023? So they need that same momentum today, because wicket was not offering too much for the bowlers as well, but they are using short ball against Afghanistan. So how do you summarize these sort of things?
I think the openers need to set up the game as well, or the top 3 or 4 batters. And I think within their dismissals, there were a few soft dismissals. I think a lot of dot balls early on. I think the pitch sort of at this evening sort of aided the South African bowlers, and I think they bowled really well and made it quite hard work for us. But there are a lot of soft dismissals there for me, and something I'll be chatting to the batters about, and how to go about it a little bit better, perhaps, for the rest of the tournament.
Hi, Jonathan. Going forward, it's back-to-back games. Any particular area that you would like to address?
All 3: bowling, batting, and fielding. Pardon?
Any particular area that you
I think we could do better with the new ball. Take wickets. We need to take wickets in the power play. Make it easier for our spinners coming on and bowling at newer batters, or batters who aren't set coming out of the power play. Fielding, there's a few misfields, and we need to be a little bit sharper in certain areas. And then today, the batting, as I said already, a few soft dismissals under pressure, and things we need to get better and do better on the 26th.
Hi, Jonathan. This was probably the first time Afghanistan were playing in Karachi. So you guys have played all around the world in Sharjah and India. But how was it playing over here? A great crowd turned up, and it wasn't a Pakistan match. So how were the players feeling, and how was it playing here?
Really good. I think they, as I said, I've been asked a question already, is that they enjoy any support. Whether we're in Sharjah or whether we're in Abu Dhabi. So to get the sort of home crowd advantage like we did tonight is awesome, and we certainly hope that that'll be the case in Lahore for both our games.
Coach, do you think Afghanistan have some issues in middle order which need to be solved. Hi, do you think Afghanistan have issues in middle order, especially in batting? Do you think it's need to be solved? It?
Well, yeah, I think anytime you get bowled out for just over 200, chasing 300, you're going to ask the middle order, especially when one player gets 90, batting at number 4. You sometimes look around, and if somebody had batted with him and been able to build a partnership like we've spoken about, we could have got ourselves close to the title today. So that's the most disappointing thing is one person showed us exactly how it could be done and get us close. If there had just been a few guys who had a similar day to him. So, yeah, it's everyone's responsibility.
Jonathan, nowadays we see a lot of players play franchise cricket together and then they played against each other. So what do you say? This thing is helpful, players knowing each other or knowing their strengths and weaknesses, or you think that this franchise thing has just made things more difficult for teams playing against each other?
I'm not quite sure whether it's a pro or a con, really. But one thing I do think is there's a lot of... it's quite difficult to get that rivalry going when last week some players were playing in the same team together, or this week they're playing against each other. So it makes it a little bit confusing, I think, for some players. But for me, we've got to make sure that when we play against England on the 26th, it's 11 versus 11. And we're going out there to beat them. And whereas today, a lot of these players have played together in franchises in the SA20, and so it's always tricky, and where the line is between rivalry or friendships, on and off the field. But I think the way that we play the game is the right way, and we've never, I don't think we've ever really got that fallen the wrong side of how I think it should be.
Any other question? Thank you.
Good.